Lately, due to certain compelling circumstances, I have become something of an unofficial expert on the movie Toy Story. This is due to simple exposure. I have seen this movie, or I should say, thanks to modern technology, parts of this movie, many times. Sometimes it's from the beginning, more often a chunk out of the middle, and I've seen the end. I must have seen the entire movie in one sitting, but that would have been a frequently interrupted sitting. Some of the best stories are big, outright lies. The lie is the basis for the story. There is no story unless we accept the untruth. Toy Story is a lie of the first order, a beautiful lie, with great sentimental weight, the kind of lie that isn't true, but ought to be. I consider Toy Story to be on a par with Peter Pan, A Christmas Carol, The Wizard of Oz, and Alice in Wonderland. A bunch of wonderful lies. Like them, it's a classic. There are so many things to love about the movie. The basic premise is a good place to start. It's a celebration of the power of Pixar. It's an animated film that's about animation, coming to life, and therefore consciousness, existence, character, value, and purpose, and whether or not an individual being is unique or replaceable. It's about doing wrong and earning forgiveness. I won't embarrass myself by going on about the multiple levels built into the story. I'll spare you the doctoral dissertation. It's such a sharp and clever production. The simple, plaintive songs. There are so many wonderful lines I could quote, from Reach for the Sky to Infinity and Beyond, and also Wind the Frog and Who Invited That Kid, and so many others. Years of academy training, wasted. It's packed with great scenes. The tiny one involving Mrs. Nesbit is worth the price of admission alone. Getting out of the house and back into the house next door, through the gas station and Pizza Planet, is an extended marvel. The entire sequence of events seems to me to be so skillfully conceived and executed. I have some minor quarrels. They don't amount to much. Where's Dad? It's not really an objection, just a question. Why is there no Dad? The adult skewed Bo Peep characterization, and what's Andy doing with a Bo Peep anyway? I know it's necessary to have a dark presence around to provide the menace and conflict, but every time I watch the show, Sid frightens me more. He's a real monster. What he does to those poor toys, but even that is reclaimed by this wonderful powerhouse of a movie. Woody says, no, about 6 times too many. And RC, is it a self-automated like the other toys, or is, as it is in several scenes, or does it need to be operated, as it is in others? Also, its batteries run down, and while I understand that, it's not batteries that make the toys come to life. It's, oh well. Applying logic to everything in the movie seems beside the point, and runs counter to its inspirational, imaginative spirit. I haven't seen the other 2 installments of this series, but I'm bracing myself, because a buddy of mine has told me that he cried in the 3rd one, and he is not someone who is prone to tears. I don't tire of seeing Toy Story, which is a good thing, because I have a young friend who can't watch it enough. But the constant viewing may have a drawback. This young friend, who watches it with me, he's frightened of a rubber alligator, who moves his tail, raises his head, opens his mouth, and roars when you press down on his back. I tell my young friend not to be afraid, that it's just a toy, and he looks at me. At 2.5 years, saturated with Toy Story, he's too young to know the truth about that great big wonderful lie.